Hello, I'm Sandra Cohn.
And I'm Elena S. Blair.
And we are the ladies behind Lady Boss Workshops.
What's up?
Hey, we're glad you're here. So listen, we get together a couple times a week and we work on our Lady Boss stuff. But this morning, Elena came in, we're at my studio, and we just got talking
about life.
Moms, right?
Yeah, we want to share this
summer.
with you. Yeah, we want to just be totally candid as, we're always giving you tips, but we want to just talk about something.
Yeah, so we had this whole conversation about, holy crap, it's summer. That means our kids are home. How are we going to do all the 8,000 things that we are trying to do every single day with our kids at home? And we started having this conversation.
It's real. Like the guilt of, your kids are home all summer and it's like, oh, I'm feeling a little panicky about it right now, actually.
So we decided that this might be a topic that a lot of you were interested in as well. And so we're just going to record the conversation and see where it goes and share it with you.
Yeah. I mean, it was funny because literally she's like, you look so tired. And I was like, well, I woke up at 4:30 yesterday morning to work. So I woke up, and by the way, in the Pacific Northwest, just so you guys know, it's like full daylight at 4:30. So that's...
And it's also full daylight till like 10.
Yeah, so we have really long days.
Yeah.
But I woke up at 4:30 because I had a ton of work to do, and our Gabby, our assistant, was coming to my house, and I really needed to do some stuff before she came to make sure that she could actually work. And I was feeling like I needed to do that because I knew that I had my 4-year-old all day yesterday with no help. We do have help sometimes, but I wasn't having any help yesterday. So I got up at 4:30 and I worked until 7 without stopping. And that was great because I felt like I had an uninterrupted time, but I was tired because of it. I'm tired today. And you have to, but then I said to her, she's like, yeah, I'm about to go to the pool this afternoon. We need to make this quick. And I was like,
we got to get in and make our videos.
What are you going to do this summer? Are you going to get help? And she's like, no, I'm just going to do what I do every summer.
I never get help. So, fun fact, I have twins. And since they were really forever, I've never had a nanny, or anything.
See, I have a little more help. I have a nanny. But by the way, I have a nanny. I met with a bunch of other local entrepreneurs who are amazing in other industries. It was really cool. And I was like, yeah, I have a nanny. And they're like, well, that's great. How often does she come? And I was like, like 4 hours a week. And they're like, wait, you're running a multi-faceted empire? 3 businesses.
Oh, you're right.
And 4 really if you think of my school one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, they're like, that's not that much time. And I'm all, I'm not really sure when it happens. But we want you to know that we're struggling with that too. Like, we aren't just like unicorns and our children and we don't have full-time help and we're not, we have to balance. I don't believe it's possible. I don't actually like that word. I think it's a pressure word. But
so here's the story. So I actually wrote a post. Okay, I'm going to just lay it down.
Yeah.
Here. So I wrote a post a little bit about this, about the beginning of my career yesterday on my Instagram, and which is funny that we started having this conversation today. Anyway, so when I did start my business and what it was like, and the twins were little and all this kind of stuff, and really what it is today, and the reality is I work really weird hours. I work all the time, like getting up at 4:30. Yeah. When the boys were little, I used to work during their naps. Like, did I want to take a shower?
You know what I used to do?
Did I? No.
When I was growing my business, same thing. I had a toddler, I had a 3-year-old and a newborn, when I decided that it would be a wonderful time to start a new career. But I also was learning how to be a photographer, and that's a whole other video that we'll talk about. But I remember I nursed my kids for a long time, and they slept better when they were like next to me in nursing, that I would have her in my lap on a boppy in front of the computer nursing, and I would be there editing, watching videos, learning how to do all this stuff. You make it work. If this is something you really want, you're going to make it work. And the wonderful thing about it is that, yes, this is like, you get to decide when you're going to work. I mean, when I used to be a nurse, that wasn't the case. I was gone for 12 hours, couldn't be at home, so it's pretty cool that you can do that. But it's still work. And summertime, when the kids are not in school anymore, it's hard, and you have to try and manage the guilt.
Yeah. So, take your opportunities. Work when they're napping. Work after they go to bed. Get up early. And is it hard? Totally.
Yeah. And here's the thing, too. Here's what I tell my older kids. My 4-year-old, is more of just a little sidekick right now. She likes to hang out all the time. And when my older kids complain about me...
She's like our mascot. We should have like
Marlo. Yeah, I know. She is. She kind of hangs out sometimes. And what I say, rather than feeling guilty, I'm not a stay-at-home mom. That's not all I do.
No.
And that's okay if that is what you do, and that's fabulous. But if you're going to make this into a job, you need to remember that this is what you're doing to earn income for your family. So when my kids complain about it, which they do sometimes,
Mine do too.
I say, guys, this is mommy's job. I know that you want me to play with you right now. Give me 2 hours, and then I'm going to play with you. I need to work.
Mm-hmm.
And they get it, especially my 11-year-old now. I feel like he's really starting to understand. And he thinks it's kind of awesome. Like when I was preparing a talk for a conference that we did recently that we were speaking at, he stays up later than the girls. He and I usually hang out in those hours, and I was like, hey, bud, I got to go over this talk. Like, I need to, memorize it and say it. And I said, but I'd love for you to listen to me and tell me what you think I'm doing wrong. And I said, isn't this cool? Like, I get to be a photographer. Like, I get to make my own job. And he's like, yeah, I think that is pretty cool. So I just am honest with them. I'm working. This is my job.
Oh, my kids get it too. When my kids were like 10, Harvey totally called me out on being on my devices all the time. He's like, you tell us to put down the iPad and you're always on your phone. And I had that conversation. I was like, okay, I know it looks like I'm on my phone. Guess what? I'm not playing Angry Birds. Like, I'm working. Like, being on Instagram is part of my job. Being on Facebook is part of my job. And I had that conversation with them too. It's like, you might not see your daddy at work because he's not here, but you do see me at work, and it's an important part. And then I do, I have the mom guilt and stuff too. Or like last summer, I was preparing to do my first Creative Live classes, and I had my kids at home. And so guess what? They came with me to the meeting. So I would have my meetings with my producer.
Creative Live is awesome. They let you.
They just sat in the kitchen and ate all the food, which is awesome. But I mean, like you make it work. I don't know. I guess like the whole point of this video is just we wanted to share like we're struggling too. We are people just like you. We're moms. We run businesses. We're doing this too. And really, the takeaway is you can make it work. You make it a priority. It is your job. And then you do the juggle.
And here's the one other thing that I will say about it that is why I love it so much. When I was a nurse, I bring that parallel in because I've always worked. Like, I've always had to work. I used to only work on the weekends. I would work 2 12-hour shifts. And I dreaded every single week time that those were coming. I dreaded it. I don't dread waking up at 4:30 in the morning to work. I don't. I actually am obsessed with my job.
Same.
I love what I do. So does she. And I know
we text each other at like 5 a.m.
And she'll answer. Oh my God. You'll be like, you texted this. Remember, I was like, I just found this publisher. She's like, it's 4:45.
I know, but then I was answering.
Yeah, then she answered it. So, I mean, that's the thing. This is passion. If you want to be an artist, if you want to be a photographer, if you want to start a business, even that part of it is another passion river. Like, it's like, oh, it's so amazing. Mm-hmm. So you're watching this video because you care about this and you want to do it. So don't feel guilty for having that passion and for liking your job, for wanting to work. Don't feel guilty for having to make time for it. I'm telling that to myself.
Same.
And her.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, literally 2 seconds ago, I was like, you're not getting any help this summer? What are you going to do? She's like, what I do every summer. I make it work. And
summer camp mommy.
Boom.
Yeah.
And I actually get a little bit more help than she does. We do have a nanny that comes in 4 hours a week. It's not very much, but I do get a little bit of help.
Yeah.
And I'm
my kids older
a single mom, so they're with their dad some days, 2 or 3 days a week, so that helps too. That's actually been a weird change. But
I have an iPad.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like a nanny. I don't feel great about that, but they do cool things. They make stop motion.
It's not like you're letting them do it all day.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, sometimes.
Well, she's got teenagers, basically, tweeners. It's hard. Those 11-year-olds, they want to do that all day. But we're human. We're trying to make it work too. And get help if you need it. Like, don't feel like we also got. We're in a place where we are able to outsource things in our lives, like gardening.
I just hired a gardener.
Yeah, I have a gardener. I have a house cleaner. I'm just going to be totally honest with you. Like, we're not doing it all. But when we were starting, we were doing it all. And we were working a little bit less probably than we are now. But we have multiple businesses, basically. I have 3 different LLCs.
Yeah, I have 2.
Yeah, so that's why.
I guess I have 3. Because I have Santrico Photography, Santrico Education, and then Ladybugs.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
Oh,
I guess it is.
Yes, you have like 400.
Anyway, but that's because we like it. I just want you to know that there's a whole other video of it. Guilt is something that females who work experience and males who work don't. It's so weird, right? It's a little weird. I'll tell one little anecdotal story about that, and then we can not get into it. But when we were hosting our retreats, Brie and I, the owner of our home came and he was really nice and he goes, well, who's taking care of your kids? And we're like, their dads. Nobody would ask a man that. So why do we put so much pressure on females in society to do all the things? I don't know, but we want you to know that you can do this.
You can do this. Do a little bit of work. Don't feel guilty. It's your job.
We're going to make it through the summer when our kids are
home.
Summer.
But we're going to be like, you'll see us at like September's going to come. We're going to be all like,
I'm going to like gray hair.
We'll be like drinking on YouTube.
We might actually, what you probably are going to see by the end of the summer is our kids here
running around here
in the
at some
video.
point. Yeah.
Because we actually believe in the harmony of it all, of bringing them in and of just
letting
being
us see the
honest.
process.
Yeah.
So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Leave us a comment in the comments below and let us know what's your plan for the summer. How are you tackling it? Do you have any great ideas? Love to hear them.
Yeah. Any ideas?
Yeah.
We can all learn from each other.
Yep. Give us a thumbs up if you found this helpful or at least interesting.
Yeah. This wasn't a structured video. We just wanted to hop on and give you guys some information. But
be sure you subscribe. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
And thanks for being a part of our community.
Yes. All right. I'll see you soon, guys.
Bye.